What's up, everybody? And I kind of want to just make a kind of short video about why I'm going to be quitting WoW, at least for the time being. This kind of stuff that's been coming out lately is like obviously it's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, right? Um, it's been like a building block of things that just lately has been it's been really hard to like continue wanting to support the game in the first place, even without this stuff. Uh, like for probably the last, like ever since the start of BFA, I have been feeling that this game's quality has like just taken a nosedive and just kept on going down. I hear people say things like Shadowland is better than BFA, and that's true to some extent, but I mean, if you have a shit sandwich and you have a shit smoothie, I mean, one might be easier to drink or eat than the other one, but it's still, you don't want it, right? Um, 9.1, yeah, it's an improvement on Shadowlands. I agree. But, I mean, it's just a topping on top of something that's already terrible, and it's just not enough. I understand that they're working hard, but I don't think they understand what they need to do. Not only do they not understand, but obviously they're stressed out from the situation, what they're doing at Blizzard, how the environment is. You can tell that it's just a toxic environment for people to work in. It's not conducive to creating a good game. So, on top of like the game just being like lesser in quality, I like if I look in the future, there's no way that I think that it's going to improve unless there's like some serious changes. Um, if I think about the things that could make me want to play WoW, it is it would be some signs like people in Blizzard are getting treated fairly, getting paid fairly, the stress that working at Blizzard like induces is being lessened. I want to see things change in the company. I want to see shifts in the company. Matter of fact, I mean, I hate to say it, but I want to see people get fired over this shit. Like, I'm talking about big people. I don't know who is responsible for a lot of this stuff, but I can tell you one thing right now: leadership is the root of the problem. For if there's a big problem in the company, it's likely starting with the leadership. And if the leadership is poisonous, then it's going to poison the whole well, right? Um, so, on top of that, they Blizzard has been continually aggressive towards content creators or just people that are critical of the game, even if the game deserves to be criticized. And it's becoming more and more ridiculous when you can see the content creators and like let's say Preach, you see Asmongold, you see all of these content creators criticizing systems that are created before they're released, like months and months before. They get it for like an hour or so, and they tell them they will report on the issues of what has happened. Like what these new systems, they report on all the issues. Blizzard doesn't listen to that. Never. I For the past like 2 years, I haven't heard them. They say they're listening. They say they're trying new things. No, they can say that all they want. They can act like they're communicating. They lend an olive branch, but if you ever watch what they're saying, they never agree with anything that the content creators or anybody says. It's ridiculous. They think that they are the highest power that be, and it again, it's not conducive to creating a good game. Um, so I just think that on top of all of these things that come together, it just makes it less and less possible for me to enjoy the game. And then hearing about the sexual assaults, the sexual harassment that's prevalent in the company, it just makes me. It's a. It just tells me that all of that stuff, first of all, it's just not gonna change. I just can't see it changing if that's what is happening inside of the company. And you know what? I'm a paying customer. You can criticize me as much as you want, but the end of the day, I'm paying for something that should be being created to make me enjoy it, or the people that are paying for it enjoy it. But they're not hitting the mark. And all this sexual harassment and stuff is not helping anybody. And it's terrible. It's the worst. It's fucking heinous, disgusting fucking behavior. And based off of just that, you know, I just don't see in the near future, I do not see myself going back to WoW. And now, I'm not going to say, like, I won't ever. If they make some changes with management, if they make some changes with how people are treated in the company, like how much people are getting paid. Industry standards are not being upheld in Blizzard. Not only that, but like you can see they're getting sued by their shareholders because they are not taking their fiduciary duties seriously enough, because they didn't do anything to, like, they didn't take any steps to make sure that this stuff wouldn't have happened, okay? They didn't do anything. They had a culture within their company that was toxic, and they didn't do anything about it. It's all nepotism, and nepotism, you know what it gets you? It gets you fucking nowhere. It makes people fucking hate you. That's the case, okay? So, all in all, looking forward, I will probably be playing a lot of Final Fantasy. New World is pretty awesome. I love it. It's a very good game. There's some problems with it, but and Asset Creation, I can't wait to see what happens with that. Now, if someone gives me some beta access, that'd be great. But yeah, these are games I'm looking forward to. Final Fantasy is obviously an awesome game. I've been playing that for a long time. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I re-downloaded Lost Ark, and I'll probably be playing that quite a bit. And I'm excited for a few games that are coming out this year. Like, for instance, Pokemon, that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I think it just boils down to my disappointment in the situation that's happening right now, on top of everything else that happened in the past. Like, you can't add all of these microtransactions as well into the classic game, too. I just think, it just shows that they don't give a fuck. They are sending emails to their employees that are misleading and trying to make them be coerced into believing that the corporate executives really care about them. But they don't. They don't give a fuck. Because if they did, they would have told their lawyers not to send something that is calling the people that are complaining about being sexually harassed liars. Like, but I think that's all I need to say. I think there's nothing else that I really need to talk about to stretch this video out. But I hope everybody, no matter what you do, no matter what your choice is, as long as you feel like you're doing it in a responsible way, like if you care about the people that didn't do any of this stuff, the good people that work at Blizzard, because there's a lot of them, okay? And I understand that it could be a good reason to continue playing. But for me, I can't see it. I don't have much positive to say about WoW. That's all I have. So, everybody remember to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. And that's it for me. Peace.